Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well. So today we are going to explain another grammar tense, or the first grammar tense that we should know in English. We have simple present. Okay, since we are going to start some beginner lessons or English for beginners lessons, we are going to start by simple present. Okay, مادام أننا غنبداو إن شاء الله واحد الدروس اللي كيهتموا مثلا باللغة الإنجليزية للمبتدئين، غادي نحاولوا نشرحوا هذا الدرس هذا simple present. Okay, so we have to focus on the uses. غنشوفوا الاستعمالات، يعني وقتاش غنستعملوا هذا الدرس هذا، وقتاش غنستعملوا هذا التنس. Okay, simple present. Then we are going to cover the forms. من بعد غادي نشوفوا how we gonna conjugate the verbs in simple present، يعني كيفاش غادي يمكن لينا نكونجيغيو الافعال في simple present. Okay, so let's cover this lesson. So we have the use of simple present. Okay, so we use it first if you want to talk about the habits. Habit in Arabic means العادة, something that we do it like regularly. Okay, it's like routines. Okay, so يعني شي حوايج اللي حنايا كنديروهم عادة. Okay, for example, when we say she plays football every Sunday. Okay, she plays football every Sunday. يعني هي كتلعب كرة كل أحد. Okay, she plays football every Sunday. This is what we call habits or routines. Okay, or we can say things that we do regularly. Or we can say I drink tea every morning. I drink tea every morning. يعني كل صباح كنشرب آشي. Okay, so I drink tea every morning. So I try to explain it in Arabic so as to make it easy for you. كنحاول نشرح بالعربية in order to understand باش نفهموا هذا الدرس مزيان. Okay, so another example that we have here, I don't travel very often. So I don't travel very often. And we have another example, I watch a film every night. Okay, so here we have some time expressions that refers to habits. Very often we have every night. Okay, every night كل ليلة. Okay, I watch a film every night, يعني كنتفرج لواحد الفيلم كل ليلة إكساج. Okay, so every night. This is what we call habits or routines. Also there are some words that we should focus on. So عندنا واحد الكلمات اللي نقدروا نستعملوهم مثلا في هذا الاستعمال الأول اللي كنقولوا habits ولا العادة. Like we are going to cover the adverb frequency, like always. For example, sometimes. So usually. Okay, so we can say I always go to school. Okay, or I always play football. Okay, so here we have, like we say, I always means like every day. Okay, every day I do something. Okay, so this is what we call habits or routines. Okay, يعني شي حاجة اللي كنا كنديروها دائما. Okay, so it's like as we have discovered, we call it habits, يعني عادة. Good. So we move to the second use. We use that simple present if you want to talk about something that is always true. Okay, يعني شي حاجة اللي هي ديما كتكون fact. It's reality. No one can deny that thing. يعني شي حاجة اللي هي حقيقة, scientifically approved. Okay, so we have like here always true. We can say people need food. Okay, people need food. We need food. Okay, we cannot deny that we don't need food. Okay, so it rains in spring here. Maybe we can say, I'm sorry, in Rabat, it rains in spring. Okay, we can see every spring. So it's a fact. Okay, it rains in spring here. Or we have water boils at 100 Celsius. Okay, water boils at 100 Celsius. Okay, so water boils يعني الماء تيغلي على 100 درجة. Okay, so water boils at 100 Celsius. Good. So we have the sky isn't green. The sky isn't green. Okay, so the sky isn't green. يعني السماء ليست خضراء. Okay, isn't green. This is what we call fact, reality. Okay, so either we say something is always true, or we can say fact. Good. Okay, so this is the second use. The third use of simple present, we can use it if you want to talk about permanent situation. Like we say, I live in Rabat. Okay, permanent. So I live in Rabat. You see, either we say permanent or less. You can say more permanent or less than permanent. So we have I live in Rabat, or we can say they work in a bank. They work in a bank. Okay, or we can say he is married. Okay, so we can say permanent situation. Permanent means دائم. واحد situation كتكون دائمة. Okay, so right now I live in Rabat, etc. Okay, so these are the most important uses of simple present. Okay, so right now we have the first use if you want to talk about habits or routines. Okay, and the second one if you want to talk about facts or something that is always true. Okay, and the third one if you want to talk about permanent situation. So this is the important use of simple present. So right now we are going to cover the forms. Okay, how we form simple present and how we're gonna conjugate verbs in simple present. Okay, so right now we have to cover the form of simple present. Okay, so imagine that we have the verb play. Okay, so we have the verb play. Okay, so how we are going to conjugate this verb in simple present? We have, okay, we are going to start by the subject pronoun I. We can say I play. Okay, I play. So you play. So we have he play. Okay, here we are going to add an s here, so he plays. Okay, so we have she okay, so we have also to add s here, she plays. Okay, so we have it plays. Okay, it plays. And we have we play. Okay, you play, and they play. Okay, and they play. So what we are going to notice here, شنو كنلاحظوا هنايا؟ كنلاحظوا ان الverb play تبدل في هاد subject pronouns he and she and it. We can say I play football every maybe Monday. Okay, I play football every Monday. But we say someone, Dunya, plays. Okay, plays football every Monday. Okay, so we have he plays, she plays, it plays, etc. So it means we change the verb in affirmative sentence. If we have affirmative or positive. Okay, if we have affirmative or positive sentence, we change the verb in he and she and it. And here we are going to add an s. يعني كنزيدو واحد الاس لهذا الفيرب اللي كانت عندي هنايا في هاد subject pronouns. Okay, he or she or it. Okay, so but not all the verbs we are going to add s. وماشي كاع الافعال كنزيدوهم واحد الاس في he and she and is. Okay, so right now we are going to cover another verbs. غادي نشوفوا شنو هما الافعال اللي غنزيدوهم. For example, es. Okay, for example, when we have verbs, sometimes we are going to have some verbs and. Okay, and with. Okay, so and maybe you are going to have o or x or ch or sh or double s. Okay, clear. So بعض المرات كنلقاو واحد الافعال كيكون الفان ديالهم اما o or x ch or sh or double s. For example, we are going to take an example with o. For example, we have the verb go. Okay, so and we are going to conjugate the verb go in simple present. So when we have I go, so you go. Okay, but when we have he or she or it, okay, so we are not going to write only go, so you have to add es. Okay, فاش يكون عندنا he or she and it خصنا نزيدو es للverb. Okay, so he goes, she goes, it goes. Okay, so it means that when we have verb that end with o or x or ch or sh, so we are going to add es in he and she and it. Okay, in the third person. So we have, then we are going to finish. We have we go, you go, and they go. Okay, this is concerning the verb go. Sometimes you are going to have verb that end with x, like the verb fix. I fix the problem. I fix the problem. My mother fixes the problem. Okay, so we have the verb, for example, the verb fix. Okay, so the verb fix. So if we have the verb fix, okay, so we are going to do the same thing. I fix, you fix. But when we have he and she and it, when we have he or she or it, okay, you are going to add es. Okay, غادي نزيدو es to the verb. Okay, fixes. Okay, fixes. So he fixes, she fixes, it fixes. Okay, good. For example, we have the verb watch. Okay, we have the verb watch. So we have the verb watch. I watch football. Okay, you watch football. He watches football. Okay, so she watches football. Okay, so when we have he or she or it, okay, so we are going to write es. Okay, so he watches. Okay, good. So the same thing that we have the verb finish or the verb like miss, etc. are going to follow the same rule. Whenever you find verbs that end with o, x, ch, sh and double s, we are going to add es. Okay, يعني وقتاش ما لقينا واحد الافعال اللي تيكون على فان ديالهم هاد letters، اوكي، هاد الحروف اما او ولا اكس، اوكي، سي اتش ولا اس اتش، خصنا نزيدو الفعل او اس فاش في هاد subject pronouns في he and she and it. Okay, for example we can say my father, okay, my father watches football. Okay, my father watches football. Okay, my father watches football. So we add here es. Okay, he watches football. Okay, but we say my father and I watch football. Okay, so why? Because we have plural here and هنا عندنا plurial. Okay, my father and I. Okay, so watch football. I'm not going to say watches. No, my father and I. Okay, say my father and my brother watch football. Okay, so الاب ديالي والاخ ديالي كيتفرجوا كورة. Okay, say my father and my brother watch football. I'm not going to say watches. No. Okay, watch. Clear? So we put es only just in he and she and it. Good. Okay, sometimes we have some verbs that we are going to add ies. Okay, بعض المرات كيكون عندنا واحد الافعال اللي نقدروا نزيدوهم ies. Okay, شنو هما الverbs؟ Okay, so I have to do a line here in order to differentiate. Okay, so we have verbs and okay with okay consonant plus y. اوكي بعض المرات كنلقاو واحد الافعال تيكون على فان ديالهم كونسونون وتابعوا y تابعوا واحد y. اوكي so for example like the verb study okay so we will try to conjugate the verb study here. Okay, we will try to conjugate the verb study. So we have I study. Okay, so you study. So we have he. Okay, so he studies. Okay, he studies. Okay, so we have she studies. Okay, she studies. So we have it studies. Okay, we add es. Okay, so I'm sorry, we add ies. Okay, كنزيدو ies. We drop y and we add ies. But when we have we and you and they, okay, study. Okay, so we have so we have when we have verbs and with consonant plus y, what do you think we are going to do? We drop y. Okay, so this y that we have here, we drop it. Okay, so and we add ies. Okay, or we can say we replace y by ies where in he and she and it. Okay, so كنحيدو y كنحيدو y. Okay, وكنرومبلاسيوها كنعوضوها بهاد ies where in he and she and it. Okay, only in he and she and it. For example, we can say he studies, she studies, it studies. Okay, so we study, you study, and they study. Okay, I will give you an example. So we can say my sister, okay, my sister. So my sister studies English. Okay, my sister studies English. Okay, my sister studies English. Okay, so we change the verb here. My sister studies English. But if you want to talk, just you can say, we can say I study English. Okay, I study English. I study English. But we say my sister studies English. Okay, so my sister studies English. We change the verb. يعني كنبدلو الفعل فاش إلا كانت عندي هنايا he and she and it. Okay, so he and she and it. Okay, I study, you study English, he studies English. Okay, we study English. Okay, so you study English and they study English. Okay, we change the verb only in he and she and it. Okay, this is concerning the affirmative form. Means how we are going to conjugate verbs in affirmative. Okay, so we still have negative and question form. من بعد غادي نشوفوا كيفاش غادي نديروا واحد الجمله الا كانت عندي نيجاتيف. اوكي نيغاسيون. اوكي الا كانت عندي نيجاتيف كيفاش ندير واحد الجمله في سيمبل بريزنت. اوكي وكيفاش ندير واحد الجمله الا كانت عندي كيفاش ندير واحد مثلا واحد السؤال question form. اوكي يعني كيفاش ندير واحد question form in simple present. Okay, so we are going to cover right now negative and question form in simple present. So right now we are going to see the negative form. Okay, so غادي نشوفوا the negative form. شفنا قبيلات the positive. Okay, right now we are going to cover negative, then we have to cover the question form in simple present. Okay, so we have the negative form. Okay, so negative يعني كيفاش غادي نديروا واحد الجمله في النيجاتيف فورم simple present. So what do you think that you need? We need don't and we need doesn't. Okay, so don't and doesn't. Okay, so for example we're going to take the verb maybe finish, the verb finish. Okay, we have the verb finish. We can say I don't finish the lesson. Okay, for example you don't finish the lesson. So okay, so here we are going to change. Okay, he doesn't. Okay, he doesn't finish. Okay, he doesn't finish the lesson. Okay, so she doesn't or does not. Okay, she doesn't finish the lesson. She doesn't finish. Okay, we have it doesn't, I'm sorry, it doesn't finish. Okay, it doesn't finish. Okay, so when we have we don't. Okay, we don't finish. So we don't finish the lesson. So we have they, so don't finish, they don't finish, and we have you don't finish. Okay, you don't finish the lesson. Okay, so what do you think that you notice here? شنو كنلاحظوا هنايا؟ كنلاحظوا ان فين بدلنا auxiliary verb do here. Okay, درنا doesn't. Okay, so and we have I don't finish, you don't finish. Okay, he doesn't finish, so she doesn't finish, it doesn't finish. Okay, we don't finish, they don't finish, and you don't finish. The thing that we notice here that we keep the verb in infinitive. Okay, كما كتلاحظوا هنايا ان الفعل ما بدلناش. Okay, we don't change this verb, we change only the auxiliary verb. Okay, كنحاولوا نبدلنا غير don't and the doesn't. Okay, don't إلا كانت عندي I ولا you ولا we ولا you ولا they. Okay, so إلا كان عندي I, you, we, they and you we put don't. ولكن إلا كانت عندي he or she or it كنديرو doesn't plus الverb في الانفينيتيف. اوكي plus the verb in infinitive. يعني we don't change the verb. ماشي بحال positive sentence we cover, so we have he or she or it, we are going to add s or ies. okay, or s. okay, مزيان. ولكن في negative form is another thing. okay, we keep the verb infinitive and we change only don't or doesn't. We put only don't or doesn't. It depends the subject. إذا كانت عندي he or she or it, I'm going to put doesn't. Okay, this is concerning the question form. I'm going to give an example. We can say, so Sarah, okay, Sarah doesn't revise the lesson. Okay, we can say here another example. We can say I don't do my job, okay, or my homework, okay. Or we can say also Dunya doesn't, okay, sorry, doesn't smoke, okay, doesn't smoke, etc. Okay, doesn't smoke. Okay, here we have doesn't, here we have don't, I don't do my homework, and here we have Sarah doesn't. Okay, and the thing that we have here, we have revise, we have do, and smoke are verbs in infinitive. يعني ما بدناش هذوك الافعال، بقاو في الانفينيتيف. Okay, we are not going to change. We change only don't or doesn't. Okay, this is concerning the negative form. Right now we are going to cover the question form. غادي نشوفوا كيفاش ندير واحد السؤال in simple present. Okay, so let's cover the question form. Okay, concerning the question form, we have question. So the thing that we need in the question form, okay, we need do or does. Okay, so plus the subject, okay, plus the verb, okay, plus the question mark. Okay, this is the thing that we need in question form. For example, we can say we are going to take another verb. غادي ناخذ واحد الverb and we are going to conjugate it in simple present. For example, we have to take the verb wash. Okay, the verb wash. Okay, so we can say do I wash. Okay, do I wash. Okay, so do I wash. Then we have to write do you wash. Okay, do you wash your clothes, for example. Okay, so we can say, but when we have he or she or it, we are going to put those he wash. Okay, those he wash clothes. Okay, so we have she, we are going to say those she wash. Okay, those she wash clothes. Good. So we have it, we are going to say those it wash. Okay, does it wash. Okay, so we have do we wash. Okay, so and we have do you wash. Okay, if you have plural, and we have last one, do they wash. Okay, do they wash. Okay, this is concerning question form. Okay, so what do you think that we have to notice? That thing that we notice here, we have do plus the subject plus the verb in infinitive. Okay, so we have do, okay, plus the subject I, you, plus the verb in infinitive. But when we have he or she, okay, or it, we are going to put those. Okay, those he wash, those she wash, and does it wash. Okay, here we inverse the subject and the auxiliary verb. Okay, does he wash clothes, does she wash clothes, and does it wash clothes, for example. Okay, so we have he or she or it, we are going to put those. But when we have the others, okay, the other pronouns like we and you and they, we are going to do the same thing. We are going to do we wash, okay, do you wash, and do they wash. Okay, Good. This is concerning how we are going to conjugate verbs in simple present. يعني هذا هو طريقة maybe the easiest way in order to conjugate verbs in simple present. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it's gonna be helpful for you. And concerning English for beginners, okay, we are going to put like every Sunday I have to put like a lesson only for beginners. Okay, this is the first lesson. يعني هذا أول درس نقدر نديروه في التعلم الانجليزيه للمبتدئين. Okay, so next Sunday I'm going to put another lesson, either grammar or vocabulary. إذا مثلا شي درس غيكون متعلق بالقواعد، ولا واحد الدرس غيكون متعلق بالفوكابولير المفردات. So don't forget to share the video if you like it. Don't like to subscribe please. Okay, and thank you so much. Thank you.